Show. Innovate, connect, and bloom.
Welcome to the Bloom Show. This is Saeed, your host of New Bloom Solutions, and the Bloom Show is brought to you by Above All Flowers, this site, wait, that way, Above All Flowers and New Bloom Solutions. If you are in the flower industry, be it a wholesaler, a florist, a grower, just anybody within the floral industry, this show is for you. And if you want to take up your marketing game to another level and propel yourself to success, tune in as we have Christi Lopez of Propel Coaching. She has over 3 decades within the flower industry, working in the flower shop to now owning her own coaching and consulting business, educating florists and different businesses and how to run their business, and today, and how to do marketing and create marketing strategies that will help you grow. So do tune in and dive in to learn more and what Christi has to share. What I always say to you guys is this show is created for the floral community, by the floral community. So ask questions. We'll try to do a Q&A at the end if we see some activity. So stay to the end to do a Q&A. And as well, stay to the end because we're going to have 2 great links to offer you so you can have more access to more information and access to Christi Lopez. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Christi Lopez because today is maybe one of your favorite shows. It's a takeover. I love a takeover because I get to watch experts talk about the flower industry, talk about what they do best, and share that with our community. So Christi Lopez is going to take over. So she will be in charge today. And then I'll come in at the end, ask her some questions to dive in as well. If you guys ask any questions, we'll just save them to the end and we'll ask some questions. And then I'll have some great, just some news and some housekeeping at the end of shows that are happening and things that we're doing around the floral industry that you might want to tune into. So without further ado, Miss Christi Lopez.
The Bloom Show. Innovate, connect, and bloom.
Hello there. So excited to be here with you today. And thank you, Saeed, for this opportunity. It's amazing to be able to do this and to talk to my favorite industry. It's floral, all things floral. And it's been my pleasure for a very long time. So let's dig into it. I'm going to put up my presentation. Let's see here. Let's get that. Share a screen with you. And then we can go right into this. Perfect. Can you see my screen? Saeed, this was supposed to be able to take over, and I'm not sure. Here we go. Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. So when we talk about this, thank you so again for having me as your guest. What New Bloom Solution does for the floral industry is really amazing. So I'm honored to be a guest here today. And I'm going to be diving into marketing strategies because they're the lifeline of our business in general. So how do you move that needle so you can transform your floral business into being a market leader? And again, like he said, if you have any questions as we go along, you can put them in the chat and then I'll answer them at the end of this presentation. So let's dig in. As we start, always with the foundation, you have to understand why a marketing strategy isn't just helpful, it's crucial. So I want you to think about having a marketing strategy as your business's GPS. So just as you wouldn't embark on a road trip without directions, you don't want to be out in the competitive market without a clear plan, right? So a marketing strategy can help you define your destination and it outlines the best route to get there. It's going to be making sure that your marketing efforts are pushing you closer to your business goals. So today we're going to learn how to build that strategic GPS and tailor it to your specific journey and use it to drive your business to new heights of success. So why is it essential though? Well, first, it guides your efforts. A marketing strategy acts as a roadmap. It's going to guide your business actions and ensure that they're actually going towards the goals that you have in your own company. Second, it's going to align the resources that you have. It lets you allocate resources efficiently and then ensuring that you have the best use of your time, your budget, and your manpower. It improves your decision making. With a clear strategy, decisions are made with a focus on long-term outcomes rather than short-term fixes. So essentially, it helps us be proactive instead of reactive. How many are here for that, right? I always was wanting to be in that proactive stage in my business, not reactive. It also enhances your customer targeting, meaning it ensures you reach the right audience with the right message at the right time. That will increase your effectiveness in your marketing, and it drives sustainable growth. By consistently applying that well thought out strategy, your business can achieve steady growth and fend off your competition. We all want that. So here's the thing. Let's talk strategy versus tactics. This is the main thing that I think happens to most of us in business, right? Marketing strategy is your overall game plan. It's that roadmap for reaching your potential customers and turning them in to a customer that repeatedly buys your products and services. This is a broad kind of long-term goals that guide you through your marketing efforts. Now, the tactics are the vehicles. They're the specific actions you take within your strategy to execute the plan. This includes your social media platforms, your email, your advertising, and much more. I want you to think about your marketing strategy as a blueprint of a house. So it outlines the structure, the style, the purpose, and maybe how it surrounds and integrates in that area. Your tactics, though, are the building blocks and the tools. It's the bricks, it's the windows, it's the tiles, it's everything that's used to create the house according to the plan. So without a clear strategy, using tactics can be like building without a blueprint. Now, there's pitfalls when you focus on tactics. So entrepreneurs often get caught up in that day-to-day tactics without the clear strategy. This can lead to scattered efforts, wasted resources, and really disappointing results. So imagine you're given a toolbox. While it's tempting to use every single tool, it's wiser to know which tool to use for which job. Similarly, in marketing, knowing why you're posting on social media or sending out the newsletters, that is your strategy. And it makes the use of the tools, your social media or your newsletter, far more effective. So focusing on strategy ensures that all your marketing activities are kind of aligned with your business goals, making every action purposeful and effective. So you're probably like, okay, Christi, who are you really? And I basically want to tell you, I've been an entrepreneur for over 3 decades in the floral industry. That has been in retail, event, and even through distribution in the floral industry. I love all aspects of it. And I also am an educator and a business coach and consultant. And I've been doing that for the past 5 years. And I also am a partner with Focus.com, which is a federation of coaches worldwide that we focus on how to gain more profit in small businesses. And what we do is we use a really powerful platform that has 497 million algorithmic sequences to help specific niches in business actually know how to reach those benchmarks. So those are just fancy things to say, we help you build more profit and grow in your marketing and how you can do that. So right now, for me, though, I'm approaching over 5 million in client success stories. I think that's pretty amazing. My own business reached over 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, and I loved every part of that. But I wasn't always successful. But what I want you to see is today, you can have that essential mastery workbook that I use with my clients. I put together this workbook so that it's small enough for you to kind of get an idea of how these things work together so that it will help you kind of maximize on the things that you can do to put that strategy together. It's your go-to guide for making your business grow. And it has 3 easy steps to help you kind of think about a smart plan. You get a blueprint that shows you what to do next, a checklist that will keep you on track, and even show you the conversion equation that helps you get more customers. I don't have time to go into all of that today, so that's why I want you to download the workbook so that you can get it. It's super easy to follow, and it'll help you make your business even better. You'll see that throughout this, on a few of these slides, the download link will be there so that you can have access to it. So now we've set the stage with the importance of having a solid marketing strategy. Now let's connect those strategies with specific marketing vehicles, because each vehicle, whether it's email, social media, blogging, or managing your reputation online, or even paid advertising, it serves a unique purpose and contributes differently to your business goals. So by aligning these tools with our strategic needs, we can use them more effectively and cohesively. Now, mind you, this isn't the full amount of areas that you can use in tactics and vehicles. I'm just highlighting some of the top ones that we can use in the floral industry to give us the most for our money and time. So the first one, let's talk about paid advertising. It's the elephant in the room. It's primarily the first thing that entrepreneurs think of when I talk about marketing. But it's also where most small business owners start to glaze over it. And they like to put their heads in the sand because it takes money to invest in advertising, right? And sometimes we just we don't have that. And others have a tendency to put all their money into the paid advertising when they haven't really gotten what they needed organically first to know what's actually working. But here's the thing. Sales and marketing are 2 totally different areas in your business. And when you do that, when you look at it, you're going to be looking at sales are your right now purchase. It's all about, there's strategies for sales itself. We're not even doing that today. We're just going to be talking about marketing, which is all about your future sales. We can't ignore marketing. And while organic is essential, paid advertising can give your business the boost it needs to stand out in a crowded market. However, I strongly suggest that you only do paid advertising once you've landed the right messaging that's reaching people organically. Then when you have the right messaging paired with the right paid strategies, you can reach beyond your existing audience and tap into new demographics. This strategy can be purely extremely effective, but I really want to dive into other marketing strategies that will cost you little to nothing to implement, but get you a great return on your time and effort. So let's talk about email marketing. What I know as a business is we always need to communicate locally with our prospects and customers, right? So some of the best ways that we know of are on Google and Yelp. It's not always social media. However, after you gain their attention and they come into your atmosphere, email marketing has been and is still the number one way to get business to your business. I call it your ATM machine. Having a strong email marketing strategy is number one on my list to grow your audience without having to spend money, and it will bring you the most money for your time and efforts. So how do you do this? How do you apply strategy to email marketing? Well, one of the things I suggest are newsletters. A newsletter campaign is like giving regular updates to your audience and informs them about new arrivals. It talks about blog posts or behind the scenes content. The best practice for this is usually to kind of include a mix of content that's going to educate and entertain, such as flower care tips, floral design trends, or even community events. A great example of this is a monthly newsletter layout that will highlight seasonal offerings, and maybe it includes a special section on top flower choices for upcoming holidays. The second area that I do is empower campaigns. These are nurturing campaigns. And empower means that these emails are designed to move leads down the sales funnel process by gradually building trust and interest through informative and engaging content. One of the best practices here would be to segment your audience based on their interests and their interaction history. You could send personalized emails that address maybe their specific needs or even past behaviors. So an example would be to use a sequence of emails for even wedding event planning, let's say. You could start with inspirational ideas. You could follow up with custom floral solutions for their wedding. You can add in testimonials as part of that sequence, and even a consultation offer. The next one would be what I call adoring fans campaigns, and these are all around post-purchase. It's about following up emails after the purchase so that you can thank the customers, offer additional value, and then encourage that repeat business. So here would be to maybe include care instructions for your purchase flowers, upsell related items like even a vase or something like that would go with it, or even offer a discount on their next purchase. An example would be outline an email that would give thanks to a customer for their purchase, include a video, maybe perhaps on how to arrange or care for their flowers, and then offer a bundled offer for their next order, so future purchases. The last type of email campaign that I love is a reach campaign, and that is a reactivation type campaign. That means it's targeted emails aimed at re-engaging customers who haven't made a purchase in a while. This best practice would be like incentives, like exclusive returns or new product previews to kind of lure them back. An example would be, hey, to create a we miss you type email featuring a gallery of new offerings and a special offer for returning customers. So let's talk about social media. It is the number one way that most small businesses think that you mentioned digital marketing, and this is the first thing that they think of. However, it's only just one small sliver of a marketing tactic, but it is the public square where conversations happen and brands get noticed. So it's not just about posting beautiful photos, though. Effective social media marketing creates a dialogue with your audience. It builds community and it enhances your brand loyalty. So we're going to dive into how to use social media not only to attract eyeballs, but to engage hearts and minds, because you're making your floral business a beloved part of your customers' everyday lives, right? So why should you be posting organic social media content? I think most of us understand that in today's world, it's a necessity. But again, you don't want to be spending all of your time creating content that people may or may not see. You do want to make sure that you're focusing on systems that can increase your speed and efficiency when creating your social content. So what do they like? The first thing you've got to think about is you've got to know your audience in depth. You want to know what they like. What are the topics of interest, their biggest pain points, their biggest questions? Knowing your audience will make all of this so much easier. And I'm going to walk you through over 5 different social media posts, ideas that you can use every single month on repeat to keep your organic social media channels fresh, engaging, helpful, and valuable to your audience. But I really have 20 that I recommend. So stay tuned to the end, and where I'm going to show you how to get access to the templates for all 20 and a quick start guide that goes with it. Trust me, using these post templates can help you get to know your audience much, much better. And keep in mind, even though I'm sharing visuals with you of these types of posts, the use of video for any of these will greatly get you more traction. That said, I always encourage my clients to do whatever you can to fit into your marketing time that you set aside. So let's go to the first one, a testimonial. I cannot tell you how genuinely impactful this type of post can be. Yet how rarely I see it posted in any type of business. These could be Facebook reviews or Google reviews. This could be a video that someone shot on their cell phone. This could be an email that was sent that you screenshot it. It could be a text message. It is someone that has purchased from you and is happy with what you've done, sharing their genuine words. And here's a pro tip. If you have a really long testimonial, take out a really powerful line and put that in the graphic. You can post the entire content of it, the comment or the testimonial, in the content post, but you have something really simple and eye-catching for your audience to look at before they read the rest of the review. The next one is one of the top ones too, frequently asked questions. This is where your best content can come from. Make sure at least once a month you're taking one of the frequently asked questions and asking the question as the opening line of the content and then giving the answer for everyone to see. That's how you turn a frequently asked question into questions that are no longer asked. So, the third type is a comparison post. This is related to just about anything. It's simply comparing one thing with another, and you really want to focus on the details. For example, it could be price, it could be quality, or durability. How it's used, what the end result typically is going to be. You can use this to talk about your physical products or a service that you provide. Now, I went backwards. So the next one would be user-generated content. This is simply a content created by someone who's purchased your product, and it's a little different than a testimonial. This could be a photo of them with your product. This could be a photo of them after they've used your product or service. It could be a picture of you or your employees with someone in the community that they posted on their social media channels. You're kind of farming the internet to see what people are saying about your business and sharing and then using it on your site. Anything that is published by one of your customers is user-generated content, and it's a great thing to highlight. And the last one I'm going to share with you here is making a direct offer every month. Too often, florists just assume that their audience understands what they sell and how they can do business with them. I would encourage you to get more active in posting direct offers. And this goes not just for florists, but anyone in the floral industry. So what besides a major holiday is something that you have going on right now that your audience may not know about? Talk about it and give them a very direct call to action, and you'll see an immediate increase in engagement for the thing you actually want, which is sales. So let's talk about blogging. It's the next biggest thing that I can talk about for you as a vehicle. It's your opportunity to share your expertise, tell your brand's story, and significantly boost your website's visibility in search engines. A well-maintained blog not only informs, but also entertains and educates your customers, making your site a go-to resource for everything floral, right? So let's unpack how strategic blogging and smart SEO can attract even more visitors to your site and convert them into paying customers. The power of words is, why is it blogging so essential for your business? Well, it boosts SEO. Regular blogging helps improve your website's visibility on the search engines, and it establishes an authority. You get to share your floral expertise to build trust and credibility. It enhances engagement. You engage customers with useful content, keeping them coming back for more. It drives sales. You can convert readers into customers by linking blog content to your products. But writing just one blog post each month can actually fuel a wide range of marketing activities, turning one single piece of content into a multifaceted tool that enhances your visibility, engagement, and sales opportunity. So I want to explore how you can extend the life and impact of your blog content. The first one is through video content creation. There's short video snippets, which extract key points from the blog and create short video snippets from. You can increase your engagement on social media this way, and it caters to audiences preferring quick, visual content that enhances a recall of key information. There's also full-length video conversion. This is when you convert the entire blog post into a video format for a comprehensive coverage, meaning its benefits expand by tapping into YouTube, Instagram Reels, TikTok audiences, and enhances your SEO through video search and provides a rich, immersive experience for your users. Another way to do this is to leverage infographics in email marketing. So the application for your infographics would be to summarize a blog post in a visually engaging infographic, and that makes it highly shareable, and it's ideal for platforms like Pinterest and Instagram, and it simplifies complex information and attracts visual learners. But email marketing segmentation is another way to do this. This uses segments of the blog for targeted email campaigns. And it also enhances then their relevance by targeting specific audience segments and improves open and click-through rates in your emails, which keeps content fresh and personalized. This is a great way to do it. It also builds relations and gives customer service and press. You can apply it this way. For press releases, you can take your blog topics and really use impactful community and industry contributions. This increases your local media exposure and establishes your business as a thought leader. And it will strengthen your community ties then. The other way is through customer frequently asked questions and service. Incorporate blog content into your frequently asked question responses and customer service interactions. This will provide authoritative answers and reduces that customer service time and will enhance your customer satisfaction, which is what we all want. So each blog post you write isn't just an article, it's a launch pad for numerous marketing strategies that can expand your reach and build deeper connections and drive business growth. And that's what you are looking for. By creatively repurposing your content across these platforms, you're going to ensure that every word works harder for your floral business. So, are you ready to stand out? I'm going to talk to you about a few blogging ideas that can make an impact. But where did I get these ideas to blog? I'm going to give you a huge thing here. Marcus Sheridan is the author of They Ask, You Answer. It's an amazing book. And I've read it actually not just once, but several times. And I recommend it to all of my clients because it gives you an opportunity to really start looking at what you can do and what you can talk about differently. So it gives you an opportunity to prepare. You can challenge the norms and address topics that other people shy away from. And each idea is designed to engage deeply and educate thoroughly and enhance your market position. So as we transition from understanding the foundational aspects of blogging, I want to shift your focus on how you can leverage this tool to differentiate your business. So some of the upcoming ideas are not just about blogging, they're about revolutionizing how you connect with customers and set your brand apart. So these are some bold moves, but I want you to think about this. And are you already doing it? The first one, first and foremost, is pricing transparency. One example is, why do wedding flowers cost so much? You're going to give a detailed breakdown. This provides an open, detailed explanation of pricing the wedding floral services, including labor, materials, and other costs. This could demystify pricing and help customers understand the value that they're receiving. And I can guarantee you, your competition is not blogging about that. So the next one would be maybe realities of flower sourcing. Where are your flowers come from? The journey from farm to florist. You could here then discuss the process of sourcing flowers, including the challenges of maybe of how you do sourcing and the impact of import laws or things that come about. This way you can educate your customers on why supporting you in the flowers that you get, how that matters. Another one would be, how do you handle complaints and challenges? So the topic here would be, what happens when things go wrong? How we handle floral fiascos. You get to share stories of past mistakes or challenges and how they were resolved. This again shows transparency, and it builds trust and humanizes your brand. I'm going to give you an example of one that we did when I had one of the shops. We had 2 locations, and in one location was inside of a hotel in downtown DC. And on that day, we had 2 other weddings out of my other location in Virginia. And my refrigeration froze the flowers for the wedding that was downtown in DC. I had 4 hours with my team, not only to take care of the other 2 large events that were happening, but also come into that hotel. And I told the story of how we were able to come back from this fiasco and actually create a wedding that was still a wedding of the bride's dreams, but we did it in 4 hours, procuring new flowers, everything. You share these things with others. So here's another one, comparative shopping guides. The topic might be florist versus supermarket flowers. What's the difference? Here you can compare the quality, the service, or the value of buying from a dedicated florist or from a supermarket or an online bulk store. This way, all you're doing is, no matter which way you're coming from this topic, you get to educate your consumers on why investing in the way you do your business is worthwhile. Next would be an economic impact of your business. How many of us had an economic impact over the last several years? So here's one you could do. How shopping at local florists supports the local economy, or how shopping at our wholesaler will support you all, right? Explain how the money spent with you stays within the community, supports local employment, and contributes to the local economy's health. Now, enough of blogging. Let's go on to reputation management. Your online reputation management can be the strongest asset or your biggest liability. In the floral industry, trust and credibility are as crucial as the freshness of your flowers. So effective reputation management ensures that the digital word of mouth about your business works in your favor. So let's discuss how to proactively manage your online reviews and feedback to enhance your business's reputation, and that way win over more customers. The first thing would be why online reviews matter to your business. So let's talk about it. There's the first impression. Reviews often serve as the first impression for a potential customer researching online. There's SEO benefits, where you have positive reviews that improve your visibility in your ranking on search engines, especially local searches. Trust and credibility. High star ratings and positive feedback build trust and attract more customers. And the last would be a feedback loop. Reviews provide valuable customer feedback that can help improve your services and products within your business. So it's just beyond asking for reviews, though. Creating a review has a strategy around it. How do you do this? So this one, here again, I've used an infographic. You can see it's about when the delivery is made. How do you get the incentives for asking for feedback? What do you do? How do you get the routing then once you receive the feedback? If it's negative, it goes back to the florist. And then they get to work on how to resolve that issue. If it's positive, you're sending them directly to Facebook or Google to get that review. What does this strategy look like? So I'm showing you here. What you do is you first ask for the feedback. You start with the internal survey coming from you to your customer to ask them to classify their satisfaction. If it's a 4 or 5 stars, it's going directly to the next slide. But if it's 3 stars, it's going back to the florist before any review goes online to see if they can resolve the issue. This is such a great strategy, and I have this implemented with other florists that are my clients, and it's perfect to use. So when it's 4 or 5 stars, it immediately directs them over to Google or Facebook to leave the review. We're so happy that they did that. But what's the incentive for doing the strategy? Well, we're saying we would love feedback from you. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We want feedback. And because you've taken the time to do this, we're doing a monthly drawing. And that monthly drawing could be, and it's so easy to give away an Amazon card each month. This way, you're not paying for positive feedback. You're gifting them for any type of feedback. And this is important to know because you need to make sure that it is a gift that they're opting in to get just because they're telling you how they felt about your service and your product. Okay. Then what you do is you track and you monitor and you respond. This is the biggest part of the entire strategy. You get to monitor it. And any strategy is about tracking and monitoring. Now, here's a real world success story. This is one that I did for a client that we talked about. How can we build up this business? They had a business with only 2 reviews, and one was a 5-star review and the other one was a 1-star review. So they had a 3.0 stars on Google. 9 months later, they were up to 193 reviews at a 4.9 rating when we implemented this strategy. So this went huge customer engagement, and it also brought more business to them because they focused on reputation management. Now, we've talked about marketing vehicles and strategic goals today. So you've seen the importance of having a solid marketing strategy. So whether it's the email, the social media, your blogging, or managing your online reputation, or even that paid advertising, you get to see that there's a unique purpose for contributing to this. By aligning these tools, you're going to use them more effectively and cohesively. So if you download the workbook, you'll see there's steps to develop a strategy. You get to find your niche. It's a journey that you're going. You get to decide on your destination, your goals, and then map out the route, and then choose your mode of transportation with your tactics. So find your niche. Are they your right fit client? Who is that client and how are they different? Then you start crafting your message. You start finding out what's your market dominating position. And so you can build up against your branding strategies. And you're going to implement your plan. You start then putting the tactics in place and measure the success from it. And how do you integrate the tactics? Well, you're going to choose the tactics that fit. You're going to select social media platforms and advertising methods and promotional activities that align with your strategic needs and your audience. So, as I had this earlier, this workbook would be perfect for you to be able to download and look at and access so that you can figure out how this can work for you. And the next thing I promised you was the Canva posts. I have 20 different posts that are effective in gathering engagement. So this Canva social post and template and quick start guide is designed to help you elevate your social media game. And then you'll have a comprehensive guide that goes with it to equip you with everything you need to create the stunning and engaging media posts that captivate your audience and drive engagement. So you get access to a collection of specially designed Canva templates that you can customize to fit your brand. And the templates cover various post types, ensuring you always have a perfect design for every post option. You get the quick start guide that really guides you through all the different types of posts in the Canva template. Even if you're new to Canva, you'll be able to create eye-catching posts in no time. And by using these templates, you're going to have time-saving shortcuts. It's going to give you idea creation and streamline your content creation process, saving you time while maintaining high quality output. And here's why you're going to love it. It'll help you create posts that resonate with your audience and encourage likes and comments and shares. It's going to save time with ready-made templates and a guide that you'll cut down on the time spent creating content. It'll give you a professional look, and you'll have a more cohesive professional look across your social media. And that's where you're going to do it. So take your first step towards transforming your social media presence and then download this template. Now, Sahid, if you want, we can go over any questions that you might have over what I shared today. I would love to talk to you about it. I can't hear you.
No worries, that's on me. I
There
make
we
that
go.
mistake all the time. That's why we're live, and I like it. So, how are you, Christy? So, Christy, awesome job. Love what you did. Great presentation. And I love the tone that you do it in. So, I just wanted to compliment you in that.
Thank you.
And that comes to say, when it comes to marketing, your voice and tone matter, right?
Yes.
As well. So that's something that's important too to add, I think, is knowing your voice tone, your customer persona are three things that I find that when we work with wholesalers or distributors or growers, they might not have usually.
Yes.
So
Especially if it's beyond a one-person company.
yeah,
Like for me, Propel Business Coaching is me. But when I owned my shops, I wasn't just speaking for me, I was speaking for a company. How do you create a brand and that tone around a company full of people? So
exactly.
it's important.
Keeping it cohesive and consistent is
Yes.
extremely important. And that's why a marketing guidebook is very important, because that allows you to build your strategy. So
Yeah.
do take advantage of the marketing mastery workbook. And that's a great start. And again, if you're a wholesaler or distributor or grower, only because she said weddings doesn't mean this is not for you.
No, no.
So
And
for
you'll
you,
see in those,
go for
even
it.
those Canva post templates, there's so many different ideas that work for any type of business, not just something that's for a retail florist or an event florist. It's all over the map. Growers, distributors, wholesalers, the whole industry.
So let me ask you a question. When I've ran into customers saying, your website hasn't been done in 10 years, you might need a new one, buddy. And
Yeah.
they say, I'm a B2B, I don't need it. What is the right mentality to have in that case? I'll tell you what I believe, but I'd love to hear your opinion. Is it only because it does a B2B, does it make them not human anymore? What happens there?
Well, it's, I think, maybe getting lost in not really knowing your audience anymore and realizing that your audience is changing. Your audience is getting younger. And what do they want? What are they attracted to? And they're attracted to many different things. But if you don't know your audience, how can you really start growing your business beyond what you've already been doing?
Yeah.
And a lot of times we get stuck because, oh, it's working, but you know what? Is it working though? Could you grow even further and farther than what you are doing and make it even better?
Yeah.
That's what I like to concentrate on. How you can do that and completely maximize and grow beyond what you could have possibly thought.
And I agree with that 100%. And I was going to ask about budgets and things like that, but it is, and that's what when I decided to go on my journey of figuring out what could help the floral industry, how to connect the floral industry to innovation, innovate, connect, and bloom. I did it because I saw that many of us in the floral industry said we were successful. Why, what change? What's going to change now? And a story I always say that I was told, I haven't done that in 21 years. Why should I change now? I looked at the person, I said, welcome to 22, and I quit within a couple months. Because again, if you're going to stay there, you stay there, but you have to continue to grow and invest and understand that there is a 10% growth, a 20% growth, a 5% growth of business just by taking on social media or by having a voice and tone. So, quick question for you. What do you tell somebody that's overwhelmed and sees all these options? Oh man, I got to start an email marketing and I got to, and dude, what do you tell them? And that's, I know there's a couple of them, give a shout out, raise your hand, please. There's a couple people that are confused right now saying, do I do email marketing? Do I do a blog? Do I do SEO at the same time when I do a blog and then do social media? Do I do a podcast? It's overwhelming. It's a lot of work, but I consider that it's layers. Pick what you're good at and then start from there. But you're always going to have to layer it up because people consume content in different ways. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is what we do in coaching too. We basically always do an assessment first. We look at the current snapshot of what your business is at. What is happening in your business right now? Are there any holes in that bucket? If there's leaky holes, you got to look at where the leaky holes are. And then you start saying, okay, we plug these holes. Now let's start looking at what if we increased our email marketing, or let's say, what if we just did email marketing and increased our business by 3%? Now, what if you added on, you're doing social media right now, but what if you started putting in and executing a strategy then and adding that strategy right underneath that after we've already started with the email marketing, we've got that going, and we start increasing our social media then, and that increases our business by 3%. Now you've got 6% growth. It's exponential growth, but you do one thing at a time. There's a priority list that we make and then an implementation calendar. And it's like any business can do this. You sit down, figure out where the holes are, what's the goals, what's the strategy that I want to do, and then what goes first, second, third. If you try to do everything at once, it's going to just completely fall apart.
And I'm pretty sure you're going to have a chuckle with this one is, what do you tell a customer that says, I don't want to do it because I'm afraid of having too much business?
Then why are you in business?
So I have another perspective. It's not all going to happen that fast, right? Because it is organic, it is layers, it is awareness, and then it starts churning in time.
Yes.
Only because you build it, it will not come.
Right. I tell my clients, whatever you're working on right now is going to affect your business 6 to 9 months from now.
Yep.
So
that's if you're good.
Whatever you're doing is going to affect it then. So it's really rare that you can do something immediate other than cutting costs, right? You can cutting costs can immediately add 100% down to your bottom line, no matter what. But other than that, anything else that you implement in a strategy in your business will take its effect over time.
Exactly. And the investment today is the gain for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not see it. And if you're building community, you might not see the return, but those things create loyalty. And it's really important about adding value to your customer base and to build that community where they trust you. And then they always think of you and want to support your business.
Yes, every time.
That's my opinion. And then I have something here, infographics. So what's your process? Do you use Fiverr? Where do you go for infographics? Like, I think I have a bunch of ideas and I'm like, do I want to go to Fiverr or do I want to have my team do it? So what's your process to create infographics?
I look at Canva often. And if I have an infographic that I have in mind, like if I have an idea of like, this would be a great thing to do, first and foremost, I go to ChatGPT and I say, hey, if I want to create an infographic, it's all around this. I'm explaining it to you. Give me a great way. What would be the easiest way for my audience to understand this? And it's going to give you, it might give you an infographic, but it also might give you more of a description of what you're wanting. And then I take that over to Canva and I put it together of what I want.
What are you doing? Like 5 hours of work, 6 hours of work?
With ChatGPT?
No, chat is awesome. Chat is awesome. Chat could, but is chat creating? It depends if you have chat 4.0, right? 4.20 or something like that. And that can create content.
It might spit out a social, an infographic or a social media kind of post. And here's the thing, 9 times out of 10, it's got spelling errors in it and everything else, but it's giving me the idea that I need to get it made.
Yeah. I always tell my team, don't trust chat, but use it. But you are the human. You're the one that has to tweak it, make it better, massage it, fit it in.
Nothing comes straight out of there. Never.
Yeah,
Never.
no. You have to not trust it, but give it good prompts, and keep those prompts and keep that window open so you could always go there and you could educate it as well how to do things. So we have a little comment here. Thank you, Blooming Canyon. I needed this. Thanks. So thank you to Blooming Canyon for chiming in and saying something. And again, if anybody has any questions other than me, please chime in. So one thing that's close to my heart is, what's the difference between a subscriber and a scraped email?
A subscriber and a straight female?
No, a scraped email.
Straight email.
Scraped email. So, there's people that say, oh, I have an email list. Okay, great. Where did you get it from, dude? Or a subscriber. I believe that there's much more value in a subscriber, someone that's subscribed to your newsletter, because you always have to, and this is what I tell wholesalers and distributors and farms is, yeah, great website, but how are you engaging somebody, right? They could come to your website, they spend $10,000 for a show, they go to your website, you have it improve your website in 10 years, and then you have a little button that says contact us if it's working, right? But there's nothing you're adding of value. There's not a lead magnet. There's not a workbook. So that's great. That subscriber is worth so much more to just an email that you found on a list of exhibitors, for example, right?
So different. So
tell me about that.
For instance, today, like if you decide that you're going to get something and you want the workbook, that's giving you an opportunity to have them work with you. Am I frozen?
Or is this? You are, okay. but it's a pretty face, so you're good. Don't worry, it's not an ugly one. You're good.
So anyway, as long as you can hear what I'm saying,
and bring you back in. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Take you out and bring you back in, just in case. Oh, and now she didn't come in. Darn.
I'm still here.
You're still there, but you're blank. That's funny. It must be your internet. Sorry, everybody. Let me try it one more time. I'm split. Look at that. That's kind of cool.
My internet. Wow.
Yeah, it might be your internet.
But happens. I'm logged in. I am.
Yeah, I'm pretty logged in too. I'm like hardwired. This never happened to me. Christi. There's always a first. Thank you for making this happen, Christi. But appreciate you. Please don't do it again. So Christi, tell me.
Can they still hear me? As long as they can hear me, we can still talk about it. I hope
they can all hear you. Can you hear? Can someone give me a heads up, please? If you could hear, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Christi, if you want to turn off your camera, maybe turn it back on.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that.
Yeah. Yes, they can still hear you. So thank you, Blooming Canyon. Awesome. You're still hanging tough. Thank you.
So I'm getting the spinning color wheel of death to turn it off. Anyway, so meanwhile, while it's still trying to stop the cam and start it again, basically the difference is when you have a subscriber, you get somebody into your atmosphere, you have a unique opportunity to realize someone is interested in what you've given them. And so a scraped email is so entirely different when you're just getting an email from a bunch of who knows how they subscribe to it. You would be much rather, you want this person that was interested in something you already had.
Yep.
And at that point, it's always worth it to still be in that opportunity with the person that was interested than it is for someone that doesn't know you from that cold audience. A warm audience is much better than a cold audience.
And it's going to improve your bounce rate. It's going to, or reduce your bounce rate. It's going to improve your click-through rate, your open rate, your purchase. It's going to do so much for you. So, my tip to distributors and growers is get those emails at work, at a show, or have a sign-up form at a show, but optimize your website for engagement. And that means a
Yes.
lead magnet. They can get a sample if they put in their information, or they can get a ruler or a catalog,
Anything.
whatever it is. Just do something to engage them.
And it needs to be something that they actually want.
Yes.
If it's not something that your audience is interested in, then that doesn't, whatever you're trying to offer doesn't mean anything. And that's where testing and monitoring and tracking comes into play, so that you can know really where your people are interested and what they want.
And what Christi said as well was like a newsletter, for example. That is the way that you get them from a lead magnet or a sign up to your website, and then staying in touch with them. And then there's many different strategies to keep in touch with them. Even surveys, for example. How was your experience? Here's a new coupon for your next event, or here's a coupon to a florist for your next event. The same things, I believe, Christi, and that's the message I would love to get out, is the same strategies that are used from a florist to a consumer is the same strategy to a point, with some tweaks, that a wholesaler, distributor, or farm could use.
Oh, yes. B2B is just as strong with the strategies as B2C. And unfortunately, B2B doesn't focus enough on that opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's where they're missing out on massive profits for their business.
Let me do a speed test here. That's the beauty of being live. Things happen, guys. Oh, where did you go, Christi?
It was like I was here and then I was gone.
There you go. This is something I've never. It's raining around here too, so it might be us, but let me do my speed. No, I'm rocking speed wise.
So I can refresh if that works, but then that might be a problem.
No, it's cool. I'll just go in one of my old banners. It was a lot of fun. I had fun when stuff happens. It's funny. Give me a second. Let me try to see if I could. There you go. So we're doing something a little different there. But Christi, thank you again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for jumping in. Sorry that you're frozen, but not sure what's happening here. This is like the most exciting show I've ever had with, like, talk about bloopers. Talk about bloopers. But again, we do it live, and I do it live because I do enjoy the authenticity of just things happening. So
yes,
Christi, you did an amazing job. Is there any final words, Christi? Anything you'd like to share?
Just a big, huge thank you for you and your team, and above all, Flowers and New Bloom Solutions, because you're helping spread the word of how business gets done. And that's through all facets of our industry. And that's what I really love. So thank you so much for taking time and allowing me to come and do a takeover, even though you can't see me right now, but I'm really happy. Big smile.
Even though you got stuck and you refused to leave. But I do want to share real quick, and I should have shared that in the beginning of the show. Christi has partnered with us at Above All Flowers and New Bloom Solutions to offer education to our audience. See, you caught that? So we have partnered with somebody, a collaboration, so that we could supply and offer education to our audience, so that it can continue to empower our audience to grow their business. And how do we do that? We partner with Christi. We reach out to someone, like you could reach out to a restaurant or an expert in something else, like designing, if you're a florist, to educate your audience, write a blog, et cetera, et cetera. So if you ever want more information on Propel, check out our email list, and you can subscribe on our website. You can subscribe to our email list, and you'll be sent Propel's direct emails, and as well as banners with information. And Christi's also doing blogs as well. So it's been a great experience and a partnership, because we do want to offer education and resources to our florists, wholesalers, growers, and everybody within the flower industry. Christi,
thanks so much.
Thank you, Christi. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, maybe now it gets a little better. So I hope it gets a little better, because I was hearing like even an echo in the background. So again, No shame in the live game. You just have to keep on keeping on. But everybody, thank you again to Christi for coming on board. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in. We do want to talk about a couple cool things. The first thing we're going to talk about is discover and network at this exclusive event with the flower industry at the AFIF Insight and Connections, exploring flowers. Flowers come from Donde? Flowers Come From Where? Featuring the newly launched book by one and only, one of my favorite people in the flower industry, Willie R. Malini. I believe it's June 24th. Not sure where, but if you subscribe to our newsletter, you will find out because we will have a banner and we are sending a direct email, or DM us if you want more information to support Willie. There is a small cost to it as well. So I think it's like, I just saw it here. It's like $25 or something like that, but it's super cool. A lot of fun. And Willie wrote a book, guys. Willie doesn't just do harmonica and wood carving. Willie also writes books. So it's been awesome for Willie to write books. Someone's saying it's always a great show. Thank you so much for always chiming in. And Christi Lopez, thank you, Christi. Love sharing today. And then we also have, on June 25th at 1 p.m. Tune in with Cameron King on Champion Certified American Grown. We have partnered with Certified American Grown to reach their audience in doing our services, which is business solutions, which is website design, SEO, email marketing, advertisement, media stuff like this here. You could sponsor this and promote this, and business development as well. So we have partnered with them to spread the word, and we're helping them spread the word to our audience of the importance of Certified American Grown. So we're going to have Mr. Cameron King, really cool guy, a man of many hats and many talents. And super excited to have him. I always enjoy seeing him at expos, so we're going to have him on the show. Another cool thing, tomorrow I am traveling to Seminario Internacional de Floricultura, which is Seminar International Floriculture, and that is in Ecuador. And I've been selected or invited to do a handpicked panel where we're bringing in a couple people from Esmeralda, Tessa Corp, Bella Flor, and as well as Jet Fresh, some of our partners. So those are some of our vetted and partner vendors coming together to do a panel where I'll be asking them some questions. We're not going live, but I do think I'm going to create a blog, but I will be kind of filming and doing some little Instagram lives and LinkedIn. So tune in as we go. We've also been invited to Expo Flor to do our thing there. So we'll be video recording and having a camera crew. And we were at Flori Expo last week. So do tune in as the weeks come to get a sneak peek into Flori Expo, what happened, some of the vendors that we spoke to, some of our partner vendors that we spoke to as well, interviewing them, showing off their booth, showing off new products and trends, and always a good vibe at Flori Expo and any convention that we go to. And on top of that, we're also doing Cal Flowers Fun and Sun, where we're doing 2 live interviews, and we're running a panel. I'm running a panel for That Flower Feeling, a co-panel. I'm running a co-panel of That Flower Feeling, and That Flower Feeling panel is going live on The Bloom Show. So again, a lot of stuff happening for The Bloom Show, and a lot of stuff happening for Above All Flowers New Bloom Solutions when it comes to offering product. So if you do want to become a part of our newsletter, right, and you do want to get value from us, then do go to newbloomsolutions.com, and you'll see a pop-up that'll say, do you want to subscribe to the newsletter? Do you want to subscribe to our product list? Or do you want to subscribe to both? I recommend subscribing to both, because not only are we going to offer you products, great products from around the world, we're also going to give you value through our newsletter and information and events and connections like this to education. So again, thank you to everybody that joined us today. We truly appreciate your time. Don't forget that this show is by the floral community, for the floral community, and brought to you by Above All Flowers and New Bloom Solutions. Have a great day.
The Bloom Show. Innovate, connect, and bloom.